You know, a lot of you don't realize what's going on social media where people die, death comes, and it becomes content. And there's a lot of people that are doing that. A lot of people are literally passing away, and we're seeing a trend of people that act like they care. They act like they got love for people, and I want to talk about that. You know, when death becomes content. See, there's no need for me to put names in my title. There's no need for me to say RIP. There's no need for me to do none of that. A lot of influencers are profiting off of the death of people, and they're acting like they care, but they don't. It's just another opportunity to make some money. Let's kind of talk about it a little bit, guys. And shout out to everybody joining in on the show. Be sure to hit the like button. So the Reverend passes away at, I believe, 84. And we're seeing all of these RIP videos like these people cared. These people never cared about that man. Throughout his life, he's been called a sellout, all sorts of names that he's working for the white man, that he's, bought and paid for, leading black people astray. Now, all of a sudden, now that he's dead, everybody got this newfound love. It's all fake. It's all for money. Nobody cares, man. And that's the thing about this life that I don't like, is that people wait for you to die, and then they come to social media to do videos. You don't see that man's name in my title. You don't see it in my title. You see an image in the thumbnail, but you don't see his name. You know why? Because I'm not exploiting his death. I'm here to hold the creators, the content creators, accountable for exploiting everybody that die for profit. We see this even in our family. The only time people talk about family members is when they die. That's when everybody want to act like they care. You don't ever hear these influencers talking about the work that man did throughout his life. They never talk about it. But as soon as he died, all of a sudden they making videos. You got to turn those videos off. Don't even give them a click or a view, because they don't care. See, over my years of being on social media, I talked about the Al Sharptons, the Jessies, all these different guys, and how they only speak when it involves issues where there's something that is racial, and this is typically what they do. But for whatever reason, I never spoke of them in a positive light. I never did. So I'm not gonna wait for when somebody die, and then all of a sudden now I'm being fake. Anytime I spoke of these particular men, it was always in a negative way. Not that I'm being mean. I'm giving my opinions about what I saw in their lifetime, and how that they were really never, solving problems for the black community. But now that they're dead, now that the guy is dead, I'm not gonna be here to badmouth the person. Neither am I gonna be here to praise them, because I wasn't doing that before. But I'm seeing so many people being fake. like they care about people. And they always do this when they die. I'm tired of this, guys. I'm tired of people being fake, man. Like, it's like they wait for you to die before they wait for you to die patiently. And then when you pass, then they talking about you. It's absolutely crazy, man. All of a sudden, everything is RIP. Everything is now giving condolences. Stop being fake, man. Keep the same energy you had when the individual was here. Be the same. Don't be fake, you know? And the viewers, they don't know no better. Because when y'all come to YouTube, y'all watching these videos and y'all giving them the clicks and the views, but they don't even care. I'm just keeping it real with you. I don't know that man. I never trusted Jesse. Never did. I never trusted that man. Just because he black don't mean nothing to me. But I'm not gonna down him because he died. When somebody died, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. You know, you gotta be respectful. But I'm not gonna be fake. I'm not gonna come online and act like, oh, this is breaking news. The man was 84. We expect him to live forever? And then you have some people, they coming out, they're like, oh, it was a blood sacrifice. What? The man was 84, fam. He was old. You know, all of us that are here right now, we all gotta die, fam. I don't know if nobody told you that. I don't know if you know this, but we all gotta die. I know you don't want to hear that news. I know it bothers you, right? But we all gotta die. Are you prepared? Have you faced your fears yet? That's why I try to tell you guys all the time to get as much as you can done while you living, while you're in your youth. I'm 48. Some of you brothers and sisters that are in your 50s, some of you that are in your 60s, I don't know what that's gonna be like. Maybe you could give me some encouragement. Sometimes, you know, I sit at home and I'm like, damn, what am I gonna be like when I'm 58? Would I still be the same? Would I still have the same energy? What about when I'm 60? What if am I gonna make it? You know, so it's like, for that man to live to 84, that's a long time. That's a long time to live, bro. So he lived his life. That's a blessing. To be 84, that's a long time, man. And see, life can be good and life can be bad, man, but you never know when your day is coming. I just don't like when people being fake, y'all. That's why when I come on, I try to be authentic. I try to keep everything real with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I never trusted that man. I thought that he was working against the so-called black man, black woman to keep us, I guess, pacified so that we don't, you know, act a fool in the street. But I don't like that everybody's coming out now that he dead and they're all acting like they got love. And I'm not saying I hate the man. I never said that. I just don't agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with nothing. Because it seemed like all of these leaders that black people claim they have never done nothing for us. They only lined up their pockets. That's it. They only got money. You know, they talk all this civil rights stuff, but at the end of the day, you still don't got no rights. So it's like, what did they do? They were just able to get their money. just like your local pastor do. Like all these churches, like what I realized in North Carolina, there's a church everywhere, fam. There's a church everywhere. And I realized why. It's to keep people dumbed down, to keep people under control. It's not even about God. It's about keeping people under control and the pastor getting your money. It's a business, you know? Why do these content creators wait for when people die and then they want to make videos? They couldn't wait to fire up their videos and set their live streams and start acting like they care. You ain't gonna get that from me. You ain't gonna get that. I was not no fan of this man. Nor am I coming online to play the sympathy card or none of that type of stuff. It's unfortunate when people die. But what I'm trying to convey to the viewer and the listener is that too many times we have these influencers that as soon as you die, anytime somebody die, that's when they want to make a video, fam. They're gonna do the same thing about me, dog. You see how all these influencers never talk about me in a good way? Never got anything to say, never show no love, never give me my flowers. When my number comes up, because we all got a number, that's when you're gonna see all these hypocrites making videos. All of them. To you content creators, don't make no fucking video about me. I'm letting you know now. When I pass on and I'm gone, I don't want to see none of you motherfuckers making a video talking about RIP, talking about how much love you got. Fuck you. You know why? Because you ain't showing no love right now while I'm living. So don't do none of that fake shit when I'm gone. And that's how y'all got to feel about your family and your friends. When you living, they never there to show no love. They wait for when you die. And they come to your funeral with black suits and dark shades, acting like they care about you. If you ain't showing no love while I'm living, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Real talk. So I'm just letting y'all know from now. If my number come up and you see these content creators making videos, report all those videos, bro. Real talk. Don't make no videos about me. The people that show love now while I can see you, that's what I want to see. Don't wait for me to be in a box and then you want to act like you care about me. Some of y'all would say you being ungrateful, you know, if you pass on and content creator. No, they're not showing no love. They're trying to get a YouTube check, bro. They're not showing no love. You think they're gonna take care of my family? You think they're gonna take care of my kids? You think they're gonna start a GoFundMe and make sure my family good if I'm gone? No, they're not. They're not doing it right now. They're not doing it right now. Think about your life. Think about how your family treating you. They don't even look for you. You go through all sorts of stuff. Your family never there for you. How many funerals you been to in your family? The people who pass in your family, they don't even know you. I ain't saying you gotta be a selfish person, but damn, don't be a damn punch buggy, a punching bag for people. They don't care about you, fam. This man passes away at 84. All of a sudden, everybody wanna come online, going live, RIP, all this fake stuff, fam. When they never had positive things to say about this man in the past, dog. They being fake, man. Yeah, look how they did Kevin. Look how they did Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels was one of the most popular. He blew up during COVID, and then he passes away mysteriously. I believe he was murdered. Now he's forgotten. They didn't even care. They called him the Godfather while he was alive. When he dead, nobody cares no more. Y'all got to think about this, y'all. Each one of y'all got a day and an hour. All of y'all got a number. Your number haven't been called yet. How many people gonna be RIPing you? You need to think about that. All your enemies gonna be online. They're gonna all be on your Facebook. They're gonna all be on your Instagram in the comments, because if you pass on, God forbid, and they still on your friends list, they're gonna be in your comments. The very people that never looked at your stories, well, they looked at your stories, but they didn't leave no comments. They're gonna be on your page. Dad, that's so unfortunate. My condolences. What? You waiting for me to die? And then you wanna come show love to my post? See, when I do these videos, I'm trying to get the listener to put themselves in a position where this is your final day. We're not wishing death on nobody. I just want y'all to think. We don't know that man, but he gone. That's to remind us that we all gotta die. But look how it is when you die, all of a sudden everybody talking about you. They weren't talking about that man yesterday. Nobody was talking about him. Nobody was talking about this dude, bro. And shout out to Fritz. I see you in the building. Shout out to all the mods, everybody. I don't know about you guys, man, but I think about death all the time, bro. Like, for real, for real. Not that I'm fearful. It's just that when you get to my age and you kind of look at life, you start realizing how valuable time is and how we waste it. You know what I'm saying? You look at all the opportunities you probably miss. It's just a lot of stuff that you wish you could have done and you didn't probably get to do it yet. You have, like, I'm not sure if it's regrets or it's just so much. It's like life is so short that it's unfair. You know? It's unfair. It's like you weren't given enough time to do all the things you know you're supposed to do. And what annoys me about the world is how people react when people die. They act shocked as if though they don't know that you're supposed to die. They act as if though it's some sort of conspiracy of why he died. Like it's a shock. And then everybody becomes fake. That's the part I don't like, man. If you don't like me, don't say a word if I'm gone. I don't want to see no videos. I don't want to see no RIPs. Stop lying. Because here's the thing. My family, they know you're full of shit if you lying. You know why? Because they know who the people were that was rocking with me. They know who's who. So I already done notified them and put them on game that if you see anybody, if something happened to me, if you see anybody making videos, you already know they fake. Because they never supported me. Just like with you, there's a lot of people in your life that never talk to you, they never call you, they never do nothing for you. The only time they come around is when something bad is happening, when somebody's gossiping. I don't like that, man. Am I taking life too serious? Am I worried too much? Or maybe I'm just smart. They're exploiting this man for money. That's what they're doing. And see, I gotta balance it out because I'm a content creator. My video is monetized. So some of you might say, but you're a hypocrite because you're talking about a topic and It involves this man that died. So maybe you're a hypocrite because you're making money from, I don't know what money you're talking about. You don't make no monies from this, man. This is not viral. I don't get no views. Haven't you take notice? I don't get hundreds of thousands of views, y'all. I'm not on the up and up right now. I'm on the low and low right now. I already told you in countless videos I'm going through. You know what I mean? Y'all think this is a game. That's why I keep telling y'all hit the like button, do what y'all need to do to support the shows, but y'all don't do that either. That's why I'm like, it's like, death may be better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you live in, you could tell people, hey, I'm going through this. Hey man, I'm going through. I really need some support. They don't support you. Then when you die, R.I.P. man. Yo, I'm gonna miss bro, man. He was a good dude, man. That's why I always say, man, death is not a bad thing. It's not. It's actually better than life. Death is actually better than life. We're just taught to believe that death is a bad thing, but actually it's better than life. Life is fake. In life, everything is fake, man. Because people show more love when you're dead. People show more love when you're dead, bro. That's, man, everybody come out when you're dead. Everybody making videos. I ain't here exploiting nobody's death. I'm here talking some real shit. I'm here talking some real stuff, man, that's supposed to make the viewer think. It's like when you're not here, that's when everybody want to think about you. But when you living, nobody's thinking about you. You know? Shout out to Crenshaw for the membership. Appreciate the support. I mean, this man been criticized. I criticize him a lot. So how would that look if I'm making a video? Oh, R.I.P. to so and so. You was a great man. Woo woo woo. I can't do that. That's me. That's being fake. And I'm not even here to celebrate no man's death. I don't do that. Now, of course, there are some people that get judged. They get judgment and they pass on. But I'm not here to celebrate nor play the card of acting like I care. Like I'm so heartbroken, and I'm not doing all that. That's being fake. I got family members that died and I didn't even go to their funeral. I don't know them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them. Never had a relationship with them. They're family members, but I don't know them. I'm not a bad person. I'm just not going to be fake. I'm not going to show up and be like, oh, I'm just so sad. I don't know you, dog. If I don't know you, there's no feelings, man. I'm not being mean. I'm being real. The problem is when you're being real, people, they get upset. They get upset when you're being real. When you don't sugarcoat anything, they get mad at you. I'm authentic. I'm real. I'm genuine. I don't have to lie. You know? People like fake people. I can't do that. It's a nice day right now. It's actually kind of warm out here. Actually too warm to have on this jacket right now. But I just wanted to come out to talk about this because it's like influencers, they don't waste no time firing up those live streams, uploading those videos to talk about this man's death. You're going to see People using his death for political purposes. You're going to see YouTubers using his death to push that FBA nonsense. You're going to have different politicians acting like they care. All of it. All to get their numbers up, to make money. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what it's all about. What does it look like when somebody's exploiting somebody's death? Well, I already explained it. They come on social media and they act like they care. They act like they care. Hey, y'all, I just want to let y'all know, man, so-and-so passed away, man. You know, RIP to him, condolences. You know, it's just sad. It's a horrible time today. You know, I'm really grieving. No, they're not. They're happy. YouTubers get happy when you die. I'm telling you guys. They get happy when you die, man. When a celebrity die, they're like, yes, yes, I could go make some content. Sick, right? A rapper die, yes, I got content for the week. They don't care. I've seen this happen a lot. There's a lot of people that died, guys. You ain't see me make no videos. I ain't make no videos. And see, when they're exploiting these deaths, right? They act like they love the person and like the person did so much wonderful things for the world. But if you go back into their videos, they never had anything good to say about these people. They're lying. They're exploiting the death of someone for views. Exploiting death. It's like death equal content. Death equals content, guys. So what's next? What's next after the RIP videos? What's next? Being fake? Are you happy with yourself? Are you proud? Are you going to send a letter to their family? No, you're not. Are you going to attend a funeral? No, you're not. These influencers are fake, man. They're just fake. Absolutely fake. That's why I'm holding them accountable through this video. They know who they are. They know exactly who they are. They're using death for profit and to gain subscribers. Because the way it go is if they could act like they got love for the person and sauce up the viewers by talking sweet and nice, it'll translate into subscribers. They'll do anything, man. Anything, bro, to exploit somebody's death, man. You know, when I talk about a story, I'm very passionate about the story. Let's say if somebody passed away and their life meant something to me, I speak of their goodness, the things that they did, and I keep it moving. Others, they don't do that. You could tell that they are monetizing their death and they don't really care. When you think of people like Jackson and Sharpton, Ben Crump, when I see those guys, I don't trust none of them. That's just my honest honest take on it. I don't trust them. Doesn't mean I hate anyone. Just mean I don't trust them. So I'm keeping that same energy, you know? Because I'm not fake. I don't know these people. Children died today, guys. You don't care, right? Just be honest. People die every day. And we don't care. You know why? Because we don't know them. It doesn't make you a bad person. I just don't care. I got things I got to do in my family. I'm still alive. Do you understand that? I'm alive. I got things I got to do. I don't got time to be worrying about all this other stuff. Stuff is not on my mind. Yeah, a lot of people died today. But here's the thing. Because they died, why nobody ain't RIPing them? Why nobody showing them love? Why nobody ain't online making videos about all the people that died today, all the people that died yesterday, all the people that will die tomorrow? Because that, you can't make money from that. You see that? You can't make money from it. That should tell you what this is all about, fam. You can't make money off people that aren't popular or people you don't know. So the way this works is they focus on the people that they know you're familiar with. And then they capitalize off of that. Because there's a lot of people that passed away. And I don't hear nobody talking about them. They only talk about who's popular, trending, something that could get the clicks, the views. I don't have thousands of people watching me. You know? I try to reach new people. I try to talk in a way where I can attract new viewers that can understand me. Because, you know, being that social media is fake, people, it's like they're not accustomed to anything that's real, you know? They want you to lie. They want you to act like you got love for everybody. They want you to be, I can't do that. I can't be fake, you know? There's no such thing as shadow ban. That's just a concept we make up. The ones who's doing the shadow ban is you. It's not YouTube. It's you, the people. That's why I said, if my number comes up and I pass away, don't make no videos RIPing me because you don't support me. It's the truth. It's not YouTube, it's the people. The algorithm is controlled by the people, not YouTube. The people. The people control the algorithm, the viewer. If the viewer don't like you, they don't support you. It's not YouTube. You got 184 people in the building. There's so much that could be done with 184 people. But, you know, it's the same old thing every single day. You try to tell people, hey, do this, do that. They don't listen to nothing. You know, I try to tell them this. They ain't responding to anything. So, I mean, what do you want me to do? You know? The younger people don't even know who he is, fam. Listen, young people don't even know who that man is, guys. Matter of fact, my elder daughter, and this is real, she was like, Jackson, one of the Jacksons died. And I'm like, who? She was like, she said the name. And I started laughing because in my mind, I'm like, wow, she's 17. They don't even know who this man is, guys. The young folks don't even know who he is. She thought he was one of the Jacksons, you know, the family, the Jacksons, you know? It's crazy. And to be honest with you guys, there's nothing wrong with if she didn't know who he was. You know why? Most young people don't even know about Big Daddy Kane. They don't know about Rakim. They don't know about none of the MCs of old. They don't know about none of these rappers, none of these actors. They don't know none of them. They only know what's today. And it's not for them to know. Sometimes people blame like, oh, you're supposed to know this. No, you don't. It doesn't make no sense. Just like in our generation, there's people we didn't know. People that were considered important people, and we never knew them. They weren't on our minds. We weren't thinking about them. We was just out here, you know, just being ourselves, you know. I just don't like when people exploit the dead. I don't like when they do that. I don't like when people use someone's death to push their agenda. And I'm seeing that happening. I'm seeing people using that man's death to push their hate, to push their ideology, their political views, their hatred. And I don't like it. Some of these dudes would sit online and praise someone that they didn't even like the man, but if it could get views, they'll do it. Just look around social media and you see everybody making videos. I'm the only one that stand out because I'm going against the grain. No names in the title. There's no need to. You're exploiting his death. I'm seeing people saying, oh, they took him out. What? What are you talking about, they? Who's they? Some people saying, oh, it was a blood sacrifice. What? He was 84. Some saying, oh, they only took him out because, you know what I'm saying, he was a civil rights leader. What? Where they getting all these conspiracies from? See, when you're young and you die early, you got to question that. When you're 80-something years old, there's nothing to question, man. You live your life. You are old. I mean, it is what it is. '84. Man. That man literally lived half of my life, bro. That's crazy. That shows you how short life is, man. said your dad passed. Your dad passed away last year at 83. Mm. How you been holding up? How you been holding up? Cause you know what I'm saying, I lost my mom before the pandemic happened, and I still ain't get over that. I don't even want to start thinking about that because it messes me up inside. Yeah, it is, man. Definitely it's tough. And you know what's so crazy about it? When we lose our parents, right? Those of you that lost your folks, it really does something to you. See, that's why I always tell you guys, if you still got your mom, you still got your pops, you got to go visit them, fam. You got to go visit your folks. Put away all that childish shit, man. All that, oh, I'm upset. My dad wasn't there. Woo, woo, woo. Stop all that dumb stuff, bro, and go visit your parents, man. Go visit them. Go visit your pops. Go visit your mom. And just kind of enjoy their company. Because I'm telling you, man, when they gone, and you in this world by yourself, man, you're like, damn, parents is gone, bro. Some people, they don't realize how important it is to have that relationship and to have that time, especially when your folks is up there in their age. That's when you're supposed to be doing more. You're supposed to really be around them, you know, taking in all the wisdom, taking in all that energy, asking them real questions. But like, look, man, what advice do you have for me concerning this? What should I do about this? And also thank them for all the stuff that they did. You know what I mean? No matter how your upbringing is, this is why I don't understand why people can resent their father, resent their mom, hate their parents. I don't know, how could you live like that? That right there is sick, man. That is absolutely sick. You should never be like that. I wish my mom was still here. I wish she was still here. Like, when I see other women that is my mom age, I see my mom. It's weird. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I could be at Walmart and there'll be a woman that's probably in her mid-60s, because my mom passed away in her mid-60s. I'll see her at the register doing her job, and it's like, as soon as I look at her, I see my mom, and I'm like, and I gotta kind of get myself back together, you know? I remember this one time I saw this lady and I slipped up and called her ma. Yo, that was wild, bro. I'm talking to her, and you know like how you say ma'am? I said ma. And she was like, and I told her, I was like, my apologies, and you know, my mom had passed away and whatnot. And she was like, oh, that's so nice. And I was like, I couldn't even believe that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Now the ones who are really grieving would be that man's family. You know, children, relatives. They're the ones that might be, you know, sad and stuff, because obviously he would be someone's father. You know? I just don't like when people are fake, man. I don't like that. I have like a deeper respect for like elderly women and stuff like that, especially when I see them, you know, because it's like when I look at them, I be prepared to help because I see my mom. Not that I never had like sort of disrespect for older women and stuff like that. That's not the case. It's just that when I see them, I have this deeper respect. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're whatever. I'm gonna treat you with respect because when I look at you, especially if you're in that age range, then you're at that age range of being my mom. So I'm gonna automatically show you that respect. And it's crazy because I could show people that respect and their own kids don't even show them that respect. That's why I keep telling you guys, stop having these issues with your mom and your pops. Seriously. You grown up now, you're on your own, and you don't come by to visit. No, you need to go visit your pops and your mom, man. You're gonna regret it. You know? My mom was the only one that was there for me. The only one. She was the only one that was in my corner. I wasn't raised with my pops. I wasn't raised with him. I know of him, but I wasn't raised with him. He raised my my sister. All my brothers was with me and my mom. So I wasn't raised with him. That's why, as a father now, I got my kids. They all with me. My wife, everybody's here. I have to make sure I do my job, you know? That's why I don't understand how a person could be raised with both of their parents and still turn out to be a mess. Because, you know, as a black man in particular, we're shamed if we weren't raised with our pops. You don't see too many black men, especially men in my age group, coming on social media to talk about these issues. They're ashamed. They be lying. A lot of them be lying. They be like, yeah, I was raised with my pops. Yeah, my dad. They lying. During that time, pops wasn't home. You know? Dad wasn't there. And here's the thing. My pops was not a bad man. He was not a bad man. He wasn't. Just a complicated situation. He was not a deadbeat. He was not a bad guy. Just a complicated situation that was not in my control. He did his own thing. My mom did her own thing. And it is what it is, man. But he was not a deadbeat. He was actually a good guy. A very good man, upstanding man. The story is rather messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go too deep into it, but it's you could say it's an equal situation. Like both parties had their issues, man. Both parties. Both parties had their issues, and it affected all the kids. It affected everybody because I was never raised with my sister. Even to this day, I don't got no relationship with her, guys. None. Seen her. She came to New York. She visit my mom. She visit us. I think I told you guys this story a while back. This was when they had this show on TV called Mother Love. I'm not sure if it was something Mother Love. And my mom, she had called the show and was trying to find my sister. And she ended up contacting the show. They did some sort of research. I don't know how the hell they found her, but they found her. They called my mom back, told her, yeah, we got the location. We know who she is. Boom, 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 boom. And they got her in contact with my sister. They spoke by the phone, and then she made a trip to New York. This was, I forgot what year it was, but it was let me see, I think early 2000s. I think early 2000s. YouTube was not around. And she flew down. She came. Now this is the sad part. This is the part that really messed me up. Being that she was raised in Texas, right? She always been around houses and land and stuff like that. So when she came to New York, my mom, she was living in the projects in Brooklyn. Shout out to everybody in the hood in Brooklyn. She was in the projects, and we picked her up at the airport. My elder brother picked her up. She came down, and when we pulled up in front of the building by the projects, I could see it in her eyes that it was like she was ashamed. Like she was ashamed of where we were at. And when we got into the building, you know, she was looking around the elevator and looking at the floor, and I'm looking at her body language, and I could tell that she was not happy to see where we were staying. It's like she almost expected us to be living, you know, in a nice area, you know, with houses and stuff like that. And I never really got to talk with her. Never got to talk to her, really. It's like, when I tell you guys the story is just bad, she was upset with me because I was a lighter skin complexion. Weird stuff, man. She's a darker skinned woman, you know? Because my father, he's a darker skinned man. She was upset because I'm the complexion of my mom. Could you believe that? Sick. And she did not want to stay around the projects. So she asked my elder brother, because she stayed by his house, because he have a house out in, whatchamacallit, I forgot the area. It's near the airport. I forgot the area in Queens. Yeah, I forgot the area. But who cares? She wanted to stay by his house. And she ended up staying there. But she wouldn't come visit my mom because she's ashamed. And then I remember I was telling my mom, I don't think she likes the fact of where we at. And my mom she could pick up on the energy too. And she ended up staying by my brother, and would not come around us. You know what's even more sad, fam? When my mom passed away, my sister didn't even show up. She didn't even show up. These are the type of things, guys, that I talk about when I talk about family. How they're some of the most wicked people. Some of the most evil. Some of the most evil, some of the most hateful people you'll encounter be your own family. Her own daughter did not show up for her funeral. Until this day, I don't even know her. And I don't want to. you know? And I'm sure many of you have your own family stories that you just have to shake your head about these things, man, because it's just horrible. And, you know, my mom was the best. And my sister, if you want to call her that, was just, I don't know. I don't even know her. She only gravitated towards my elder brother. And they pretty much hanged out and did their thing, you know. She never wanted to be around me because she was upset that I look like my mom. I mean, I look like my father and my mom, you know, but if you look at my mom, you'll be like, yeah, that's definitely her son. You know, it's crazy. But that's why I tell you guys, if you still live with your mom, you still live with your dad, be mindful to honor your mother and your father. Because when they pass away, when they go, you're going to have a lot of regrets. Right now, it might be fun and games. Right now, it might be like nothing matters right now. But when they're gone, that's when life is going to hit you and you're going to be like, damn, I wish they were here. I wish they were here to hear me out, to give me some advice, you know? Yeah, it's a lot of jealousy in family, man. That's why I just like to be alone, be to myself, do my own thing, because it's just really cruel. It's really bad. Like, everybody have their stories. Everybody got their own family issues. I'm just honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm just honest with the people because I know I'm not the only one. Y'all all got your own issues. Just that I'm okay with talking about it. That's therapy for me. And then when I speak on these issues, it's able to help other people that might be going through similar things. And I use these issues to reach people, to heal them, and help them overcome their issues, or at least get them through. Because there's a lot of people that resent their parents. They hate their mom. They hate their dad. You know? Yeah, but you said your dad wasn't there. Like I said, the story's complicated. He was not a deadbeat. He was not a guy that, let's just put it like this, guys. When they were younger, there was a lot of issues with him because he was in the military, and he already had my sister. They already had a child, and it was something with the military and my mom coming to America and doing all of that stuff that I guess once she got citizenship and they were here, she was married, everything was cool. I think he had to go back to the military. He had to do, like, he had to be deployed, all this other stuff. And then my sister, she was staying with her grandmother. And it's like my mom, she stayed in New York. She moved to New York rather from Texas. And I was there, and my pops didn't know. He didn't even know. And based on how the story went, it's like, that's why it's good to talk to your folks so that they can give you the story of what's going down. Because what happened was he was supposed to get custody based on the story, because he was the one that was in the military making money. He was making money in the military, so it's like he was supposed to get custody. And basically, when you think about, if you know anything about how custody is in America right now, if a woman is making money, if the man is making money, whoever's making the money, they're going to get custody because they can provide. So under those circumstances, if they would have knew that she was pregnant, I would have been with him. You get what I'm saying? So when she left, she came out to New York, did her thing. He had no idea, but he already had my sister. And that's pretty much was a whole mystery. They never knew. And then when he finally did, it was like a shocker, because I remember speaking to my father's mom before she passed away. And she was so excited, she couldn't believe it. She was like, wow, my son has a son? She was so excited. I never got to meet her, but I spoke with her by phone, I think a couple of times. And then she ended up passing away too, you know. I mean, maybe one day I'll take a trip down to Texas and meet my pops. But I know him, spoke with him by phone. I haven't spoken with him in a minute. It's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? But he pretty much know about all my girls. All he been doing was sending gifts for them, you know. It's like, it's a void, you know what I'm saying? It's an empty area. You know, every man deserves to have his father in his life. And when you think about those of you that actually do, and it's like you take it all for granted. It's sort of like when you have money. You got money, but you don't know what it's like to be poor. That's how most of you are that have your parents. They're in your life, you take them for granted because you're accustomed to it. But people that didn't have that, it's a joke to you until you lose your parents, and then you're alone. Then you don't have nobody. Most of you are literally surviving because of your parents, because there's a roof over your head. If they were to pass away today, where are you going? What are you going to do? You know, you have grown adults that stay at home with their mom and dad. They don't got their own place yet. That's how you know you're not mature yet. That's how you know you're not really an adult. A real adult stand on their own. A real adult is able to live on their own, and they have no need to be under the nest. That's how you know you're a man, and that's how you know you're a woman. If you're still at home, you have not yet matured yet, because mom and dad is sustaining you. But it's interesting to me how people can have their parents and don't have no love for them. Like I said, I don't have no hatred towards my father because he didn't do anything wrong. I know the story already. My mom already put me on. I already know the story. My grandmother, all of them, they all know the story. It's just so much stuff, guys, that it's crazy how life ended. And here's the thing, guys. I'm glad that everything happened the way it did. If it would have been the other way, it could have been messed up. I'm glad my sister was not raised with us, because during that time, it would have probably been bad for her. It would have been bad for her. Definitely. It's just so much. That's why when you look at your life, You got to understand that things happen for a reason. Certain things happen for a reason, and if certain things would have played out differently, it could have ended bad. Like I told you guys in my stories many times, you know, when I was raised, my mom was on drugs. You know, on drugs, man. And between the ages of 5 to about 13, she been struggling. And then she eventually got cleaned up. She got clean, got into the church, got with Jesus Christ, cleaned up her whole life. But during that time when she was on drugs, if I would have been raised with my sister during that time, I think it would have been bad for her. Because during that time, a lot of crazy stuff was happening with kids, man. And a lot of young girls were being taken advantage of. A lot. There have been a lot of girls I remember back in the day that were taken advantage of by PDFs during that time. And it was real bad, man. I remember one of our childhood friends, another girl, you know, she would play basketball. She was a tomboy. And, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go too detailed what happened with her, man, but it's just, back then it was a bad time for a lot of girls growing up. That's why I keep saying a lot of these young ladies that you see today, a lot of them, they got stories, they got secrets, they got things that was done to them, and they have a lot of trauma if they were raised in that time. During that epidemic, the crack epidemic was bad. That's why when I share these stories, guys, I'm being as real could get, man. It can't get no real than this. You don't see nobody on social media this real, because everybody's fake. Fake lives, fake success, fake families, just a bunch of fake people, man. Nobody keep it a buck. And that's why they can't relate to nobody. When I talk, I relate to everybody, because everybody have a story. I didn't come from a perfect home. I came from the gutter. So to see what I turn out to be today, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud to be a father, a husband, a man who's holding it down, doing what I'm supposed to do, because the odds was against me from the beginning. The odds was against me from the beginning to fail. That's why when people try to put me down, I'm like, dog, you don't even know what I've been through, man. How you gonna try to put down somebody that been through the fire? People out here be putting out these fake struggle stories like they've been through the ringer. Half of these people wouldn't even be able to survive the things I already been through. That's why when people saying they struggling, I'm like, bro, you ain't struggling. You don't even know what struggle mean. You don't know what it's like to not have food to eat for days. You don't know what that's like. When my mom was strung out on drugs, bro, we had no food for a whole damn week. What the fuck you gonna tell me about you hungry? You don't know what that mean. You hungry? You going through? How the hell you going through when I was a kid and we didn't have no food for a whole week? What are you talking about? We had to go to the stores to steal, bro. What are you talking about? We had to go knock on neighbors' doors hoping they could give us some bread. Talking about your struggle, dog. I don't want to hear your struggle. You don't know what struggle mean. You walking around in the street 6, 7 years old and your belly is hungry. You don't know what that feels like. Only those of you that been there, you know what it's like. That's why I don't like talking to fake people, because when you try to talk that real shit, it's like people look at you like something wrong with you, like you an animal, or like dog, I'm telling you the truth. This ain't no fake stories. This ain't no story time made up nonsense for social media. I'm speaking real, bro. That's why now that I got my kids, I know how to function. I know what to do. I know what to do. You know? The other day, we went food shopping. Let me put you on this. Watch this. This is real. We went food shopping, right? So, you know, I'm in the car. My wife and my 3 daughters went in the store, and they went to go get some food to shop. And I had a particular budget because, like I said, I'm going through some shit, right? So we had a particular budget, and it was pouring. It was just the other day, like 2-3 days ago. It was pouring in North Carolina. And they at the Walmart, they doing their thing. So I had a particular budget of what I want to spend. So they in the store, so it's pouring, raining. So I get out the car to go with the umbrella because I don't want them coming out because I'm parked far away. I don't like parking next to the cars because if you hit my car, it's going to be a problem. So I park way away from everybody. So I walk to the store and I go inside. They at the register, they getting everything situated. So I see her taking a shopping cart. I thought they're leaving with the shopping carts, but she's taking a shopping cart to put items back. I got so fucking pissed off, bro. You know why? I saw that when I was growing up. I said, no, miss, come back here. Come back here. Ring all that shit up. Ring it all up. That ain't never happening on my watch. Even if I have a budget, even if I'm going through it, that's never gonna happen on my watch. Ring all that shit up. We leaving with everything. Ain't nothing being put back. Nope, it's not happening. My kids are not going to see that. No, I refuse to leave the store and you had to put back items and the kids saw that. No, that's not happening. Paid for everything. Because I wanted them to never see that. No. Because I saw that growing up. I remember growing up, and every time we went to the market, we had to put items back. Put a 1 if you've been there. Because it seemed like everybody's perfect today. Everybody got everything perfect. Y'all never had no problems. I'm the only one with problems. I remember we would be on the line, and she would have to put back the good cereal. She would have to put back the Frosted Flakes. She would have to put back the donuts and this and that. And I'm like, I can't get it. We can't afford it. You had to put it back. And you know what's so crazy, fam? When I told the lady, bring the shopping cart back, right? I said, no, we buying everything. Ring all that stuff up. She looked at me, and I saw it in her eyes. She was like, nah, that's a black man. That's a man. That's a man. I saw it in her face while at the register. I saw it in her face. It's almost like she was proud because she was going back with the cart to put it to the side. And when she saw me come into the store, it's almost like, oh, snap, she got a husband. She got a man with her. Because, you know, when you see a black woman with kids, automatically you assume single mama. She's a single mom. And when she saw me come in and I said, no, ring all of that stuff up, it made her proud. I saw it in her face. She was happy while ringing up the stuff. She was happy. And it made me feel good. And it made me feel proud because the stuff that she was putting back, a lot of that stuff my daughters wanted. You know, like little snacks and here and there, all that other goofy stuff that kids just be wasting all this money on. you know? But that right there lets me know why I'm here, you know? So when we look at this topic with this man that passed away, I'm not using his death to exploit him, to make money. I'm holding these content creators accountable, but at the same time, I'm speaking some real stuff so that you viewers can grow, understand life, and take care of your business. You know, it's very, very serious that you do that. And it was pouring that day, man. It was pouring rain. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to you for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And all of you that can relate, sometimes even in today's day, you might go through things where you might have to put something back. You know, don't feel no way. We're in this world, we go through things, and only you know your story. Can't be ashamed. You know, a lot of people be ashamed, man. When I talk to you, when I talk to you folks, like I said, man, that's therapy for me, man. That's therapy for me. Because if I don't got nobody to talk to, I keep all of that stuff balled up inside. And that builds up pain and anger, you know? So it's always good to communicate your thoughts with people, because other people need your word. There's people out there that's going through things and they don't know what to do, you know? They don't know what to say. There's a lot of people, guys, that they go through things and they don't know how to express themselves. So if they see these kind of videos, it gives them confidence, it gives them courage to communicate their thoughts. Some of you have issues with your parents. Maybe this video will help you to go back to your folks and repent and say, hey, I apologize, Pops. Hey, Ma, I know I did you dirty. I disrespected you. Please forgive me. I just want to come back home and show love and appreciate you guys. I feel so bad for what I've been doing all these years. You know? Some of you have to do that. You got to make amends with your folks. You got to do it. You got to do it, man. Call up your pops and say, yo, Dad, I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I just want to come through and just apologize. I know I disrespected the family. I disrespected you and Ma. I disappointed you guys. You know, I just want to make right. I just want to do right. You know, whatever I got to do, if you guys don't want to talk to me no more, it is what it is. But I want to do what's right. So I want to bring the grandkids over. I want to do what's right. And then you and your pops go have a beer, talk about it. You know, you bring your mom some flowers, break the ice. Everything is all good. You know, let your kids stay over there for the weekend. Grandparents love that type of stuff. And you'll feel better about yourself. You'll feel better about yourself if you do that. Some of you need to do that. You need to restore that relationship that you had with your mom and your pops. You need to do that. And you need to do it now and stop playing. Time is running out. Because they're waiting for you. Here's the thing. A lot of older adults, your parents, they're not going to call you to sort these issues out. They're not. They come from a different era. They come from a different time. They're not going to call you for you to do what's right. They're waiting for you to do the right thing. Because some of y'all saying, well, why my mom don't call me? Why my dad don't call me? He's from a different time. He's from a different era. He's not going to do that. He's not. He might be a man of principle, and you disrespected him. He had enough. You got to repent. You got to go to them and repent. Swallow your pride, your ego, and go do what you need to do. That's it. Because when they gone, you're going to have a lot of regrets. And shout out to everybody joining in. Make sure you hit that like button. So again, we're talking about the situations of life. We're talking about the situation with Jesse, how these influencers are exploiting the deaths of people. And you know how I am. When I do my topics, I go into other areas and, you know, do what I need to do. You can come on over. It's one of my daughters just came home from school. Don't hit my camera stand. You want to be famous?
Right.
Come online. Come down here. All right, go inside. And no noise.
Okay.
All right, so I don't even know what I was saying there, but you have to look at the situation with this man's passing and allow that to help you to learn what to do with your own life, you know? Because remember, he's somebody's pops. I don't know how many children he had, but he's somebody's father. So they lost a dad. Hopefully one day I meet my pops before his time is up, you know, because he's in Texas, Longview. I don't know if any of you out there in Longview, but he's out there. Shout out to, is that just BNM? Just being me, I guess it is, right? Shout out to you for the $20 support, says victory. And again, guys, wait till you see the show we got coming up. We got a wonderful show that I'm gonna try to surprise you guys like out of the blue, but it's something that's dope, something that's gonna be fun to watch, and something that's gonna allow me to really connect with my family even more on a deeper level. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited about that. Definitely excited about that. But yeah, we have to not try to exploit people's deaths. If anything, learn something so that you could be a better human being in your own personal life. Number one, what do we learn? You take care of your family to the best of your abilities, even if you're struggling. You got to go through. As a mother, as a father, you raise your kids to the best of your abilities. You don't want them to see you down and out. Even if you're going through it, sometimes you just got to make extra sacrifices. Number three is you have to restore those relationships that was once good, but they may have went south. You got to restore those relationships with your mom and your pops. Every last one of you that had an issue with your dad or your mom, you need to go to them. Say you're sorry. Even if they were wrong, you go to your folks. Go to them and make it right. Even if it's not your folks. If it's that you've been beefing with them, Just kind of clear the air. Doesn't mean y'all got to talk every day. Just be like, yo, what's good? Look, I know we had our issues. I know we haven't talked in years, but I don't want to be beefing with you. You know what I mean? We supposed to be blood. We supposed to be family. Even if we're not talking right now, I just want to clear the air and just let you know I've outgrown what happened in the past. I'm not going to hold that to you no more. I forgive you, or I apologize, or whatever the case is, and just get that over with. That way you can move on. You're free. You don't got to carry the weight of that mess. You don't want to live a life with regrets. None of this stuff matters, man. None of the stuff we have matters. Cars, house, this, that. None of that stuff matters, bro. When I tell you life, bro, that's why I keep saying, man, like, at my age of 48, I'm looking at life differently, man. Like, none of this stuff matters, man. It don't. What matters is what are we going to leave behind? What are we leaving behind? What examples did we leave? Whose lives did we impact? What are they going to say about you when you're gone? Are they going to say you help people? Or are they going to say you was a horrible person? Oh, he owed me money. Because now that Mr. Jackson is gone, you have a lot of people being fake when they didn't even like the man. I just disagree with all these politicians and alleged black leaders. I don't trust none of them. But I'm not going to disrespect the man if he passed away. I'm not going to do that. I can't do that because he's somebody's pops and they're grieving. But all I can say is I don't like that people are using him to act like they had love for him to make money on social media. They weren't talking about him yesterday or the day before yesterday. I didn't hear nobody talking about that man. Nobody was singing his praises. Nobody was saying he's such a great guy. I wish him health and healing. Nobody was doing that. They normally wait for you to die and then they talk about you. So I try to do these videos to get on a practical level where the listener is able to connect with the things that I'm talking about, in hopes that whatever you're going through, you're able to utilize this message. I mean, even if it was a 5-minute, 10-second segment, something that I may have said through this broadcast that helps you to navigate this life, because this life can be cruel. People could be cruel. Family could be cruel. I talked about a lot of things, personal things that most people would not even talk about. But I'm not ashamed. See, that's the difference. See, the difference with me, guys, is that I'm able to talk. Some of you have difficulty talking about your issues because you're afraid of what people are going to say. You don't want to be judged. You don't want nobody to look down on you. You don't want nobody to think less of you. And there's nothing wrong with being open. There's nothing wrong with talking. Shout out to God Increase says, hello, brother. Appreciate you joining in. Shout out to everybody that's joining in. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you like the content. To you brothers and sisters that are in your 50s, primarily your late 50s, late 60s, what is life like for you? What is life like for you? What do you see? Because at 48, what I see is a changing world. A world that is cold. A world that the only thing that matters to me is taking care of my family. That's all I see, because it's like What else is there? Are you still doing the same thing? Are we on the same page? Because maybe things change when you're in your late 50s, late 60s. Maybe things change because maybe most of you already done took care of your family, already did what you had to do. I'm still in the process of taking care of mine. So it's like, okay, what is it like? Those are those conversations you can have with your folks, with your parents. They'll be able to put you on and tell you, okay, this is what it's like. You know? Because normally most people that are in their 50s and 60s, they're way more established in terms of, you know, property, this, that, all that type of stuff. Sometimes they're now getting started. You know, most younger people, man, they don't got it like that. They really don't. Back in the day, you could be in your 20s and own a house. Now, you could be in your damn 40s and 50s and you're still trying to get a house. Crazy times, man. Crazy times. But what's important? What is the purpose of all this? We're just going to work, paying bills, struggling. And not everybody struggles. Some of you guys are pretty good. Some of you got it going on for yourselves. You're doing pretty well. And hey, that's a blessing. That is really a blessing, man. You know, if you're a person who's successful, a person who got it going on for yourselves, you don't got a lot of issues that you're worried about. You know, things are on the up and up for you. That's a wonderful thing, man. That's a wonderful place. A lot of people want to get there. A lot of people, we don't know what that's like. I mean, I had good times. I had some good times, guys. I had some times when I was way at the top. I was there, and you know. But then things start happening. Things start changing, and it's like it gets scary. You know, it gets scary because there's all these high expectations that people expect of you, and it's like you don't want to let people down, or you don't. It's like it's kind of embarrassing. But then you start to not care anymore. You start to realize, like, hey, I'm just living my life, man. Just do the best you could do. You know, that's why I said I got some things that I'm working on with the content. We're gonna get started shortly. I gotta fix my wife's car. I gotta do that. I'm gonna show you guys the process of me doing it because the service that this thing costs, I don't got it. So I can't take it to the shop to get this thing repaired. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna buy the you know, all the different things that I gotta get for the vehicle. The jack, this, that, all these different things, set up the garage, take the truck out of the garage, create a whole environment for me to do the job. I'm gonna record it too. So I'm gonna make you guys see it. And I'm gonna do the repair. It's not a hard repair for me. It's not a repair, it's maintenance work. It's not hard for me to do. Maybe for you, if you're not familiar with how to do maintenance on a car, it probably might be scary for you, but it's not for me. I'm not afraid to do maintenance on the vehicle. You just gotta take your time and understand what you're doing, and everything will be good. And I'll be able to save a lot of money, man. Because I can't have her driving around this car like that. I mean, she might go to the store every now with that, you know, but I don't want her driving around like that. And those of you that want to know what the repair is, if you own a Mercedes, you would know what a B3 service is. It comprised of oil change, engine air filters, cabin air filters. But remember, in my last video, I changed the air filters in the cabin, and I changed the air filters on the engine already. And I installed new pulleys and a new belt for the engine. So I did that repair the other day. But then the service light came on for a B3 service. So all I got to do is change the oil, brake fluid. I got to flush that, brake fluid. What else? Some other stuff. Oh, the oil filter. I got to change that. I got to put in fresh new oil. And a couple other things. You got to check your tires, and I think also the brakes. You know what I mean? You got to check that, right? And then you reset the service light on your car. You got to reset that. And a couple of other things. Everything is in the engine area. If you don't service these things, the engine can have major problems, and you end up costing you thousands of dollars. Now you're done. Now you ain't even gonna have a car to drive no more. You know. You said what? Don't forget to tint your car at Ringo if you haven't already, because these southern people nosy as hell, bro. The SUV is already tinted. The SUV comes factory with, when I had bought that, I bought it fully loaded with everything. Everything. Because when we first visit North Carolina, I had saw this SUV while we was driving, and I was like, wow, I want that. I want that. As soon as I saw it, I loved the vehicle. And that's the one I ended up getting. You know? Let me see. Let me see. You said what? When you purge those brakes, don't forget to turn it to 1, click and pump the brakes 3 times, then turn it off, then back on fully in order to reset the engine light. See, now with the brakes and all that other stuff, I'm not gonna trouble all of these different areas of the car. I might have to take that to the shop and let them sort all of that stuff out. It's basically a check. The thing is, all of these things was checked before coming down to North Carolina. They were all checked already. Brakes, all that stuff was checked already. I think the main issue is the oil, because sometimes you get these service lights on your car, and it's not for everything. It could be for one thing. Now, when you look at the B3 service, it also includes like a spark plug and some other miscellaneous things. But that is easy to sort. My main thing here is the oil change. That's the main thing. That and that brake fluid and all that other stuff to check the levels. If the levels are good, then you don't got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? But the oil, that's the main thing. You got to get the oil change, or else you're gonna have a bunch of sludge, and it's not gonna be efficient. You're gonna damage the machine. So I'm trying to focus on the major parts of what I gotta do. But with the brakes and stuff, you can always take that to the shop and let them sort that out. That's a 1, 2, 3 thing, you know? In other words, this is what I'm saying, guys. If you don't know how to do something, let the professionals do it, all right? I can only do what I could do. I'm not gonna play around with something that I'm not familiar with, if that makes sense, all right? That I'm not gonna do. I could do it, but I don't wanna be here too long sorting things out, you know, because I could always do all of that stuff. And if I was gonna do anything, it's just to check, because it's not that you need something change. It's to check. That's what the maintenance service is for. It doesn't mean your brakes is bad. It means to check it. That's all it means. But the oil, you got to change. The oil, you definitely got to change. And actually, there's videos on YouTube that show you how to do all of that. That's why I said it's easy. There's actually a dude that have the same make and model car, and he have a video on YouTube showing you exactly what to do. So it's a piece of cake. That's why I'm gonna do the job. But guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'll be back on later on. Got to talk about a couple of stories and whatnot. I got a lot of videos like a lot of these videos I gotta clip up. I gotta clip them up because there's so many good segments to this video. So many good pieces that I talked about, so many different topics. It's like I felt like I shared like 20 videos in one video. There's so much in this video, so much truth and information. Probably got to break it all down in separate videos, man. But if I can leave you guys with anything, it's never give up, never quit. Do everything you can to make it to the next level. Never exploit someone's death. Go back to your parents if you have any issues and repent. Go through the struggle. Just be positive. Try to be as positive as possible during the struggle, because it could be a test from the Most High to see if you're going to be faithful or if you're going to give up. Sometimes your blessing is right there. Sometimes your blessing is right there, man. And you end up missing out on your blessing. You know? Sometimes your blessing could be right there and you miss out on it because you gave up. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I don't even know. But I know I'm supposed to be positive. That's living by faith. Supposed to be positive. But you got to be real too. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you're going through some things and you need to shed some tears. Don't be afraid to shed the tears. You can't be afraid to do that. Even if you're a man, you got to shed tears. That's healthy. If you holding all of that in, it's going to break you, man. You got to know how to shed the tears, let them flow, get it out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You're a man, you got to shed those tears, man. Society keep trying to make us men hold back our emotions, bro. Can't do that, man. No, you got to let it out, man. Serious. So guys, I'm gonna get up on out. Do what I need to do, man. Gotta go do some other videos and upload them before it gets too late. I'm gonna start to upload my videos probably a little early. It's like I be doing a lot. It's a nice day. The grass is happy. You know, I didn't even put nothing down on this yard one time, a long time. Because this is the last season. I'm gonna focus on this yard. Like, I'm not gonna put all this work into it anymore. It's fun, but I can't do it. You know what I mean? It's expensive. That's why I can't do this no more. Got to think about other things. And shout out to Forever Studios. I see you in the building. Says thank you, Ringo, for the encouragement. I hope us real. I hope us real give you encouragement, encouraged as well. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Deborah says you look bothered, Ringo. No, I look unbothered. Unbothered. I'm talking about a real story, a real issue here that affects people. When I speak, I'm speaking on behalf of people that don't have a voice. Are there things in life that bother me? Yes, but I'm unbothered because I got to go through. What am I going to do? Come here and cry for you? That's not going to help me. That's not helping me. I'm unbothered because issues in life is designed to bother you, if that makes sense. It's designed to take your attention away from what you're supposed to do. It's designed to drain your energy. I protect my solitude, my peace. That's everything to me. My solitude, my peace, my energy. That's all I need. That's all that I need. That's it. You know? My solitude and my peace. That's my therapy. That's my shield, my protection. That keeps me on point. Keeps me from the storms of life. It keeps me from letting things bother me, you know? Because even when I talk about these issues, a lot of times I might have people that don't like me and they're like, yes, he's going through things, he's struggling, and they get happy about that. That's cool. You could be happy for that. All of that's going to change. All of that's going to change. You know why? Because I'm working. I'm still showing up. I'm unbothered. And I'm not going to let struggles, life, or anything destroy me. Because I'm not fake like everybody else, you know? Like people claiming they're living in SUVs and they're doing this. I don't got time to do all of that stuff in order to get you guys to view me. I just keep it real with the people. That's it. Be myself, be straight, and things will just go where they need to go. That's it. Because there's a lot of NPCs out here. A lot of NPCs, a lot of weirdos, narcissists, weirdos, and just people looking for private attention. I don't give them that. There's a lot of people that want to see you fail. They want to see you fall for some reason. And the best thing you can do is just work, show up, and keep grinding, keep putting out the content, keep being positive. And as you keep doing that, it's going to attract all the right people. See, as viewers, one thing I know that viewers don't like, this is what viewers don't like. They don't like hearing a sob story of someone that they rock with and they're listening to them and they sound like a quitter. They don't like that. They don't like that. They want to hear that you are exercising a plan of action even during the struggle. That is what makes them view. That is what makes them believe in you and know that you got this. You could get through this. That's encouragement. Yeah, life is hard, especially when you're a family man. It's very hard. But if you got this far, you can make it. A lot of you are going through things, so it's not just me. A lot of you go through things too. A lot of you got issues too, and you don't got nobody to talk to. So I can't just think about myself, even though my family situations is very important. That's why I do these videos. Not only because this is my livelihood, this is my job, this is my work, but I also have to add value for the people too. If what I'm saying don't resonate with you, then I'm not doing my job. It's just that simple. That's why you have to talk and be straightforward and not be fake. People can recognize when something's fake, man. I can't fool you. Some of you already done got me figured out. You could tell when I'm lying. You could tell when I'm lying and when I'm serious. And sometimes I could be serious and people think I'm lying, which is kind of weird because people think that I'm playing when I say certain things. They be like, oh, he's just playing again. And I'm not playing. You know? But we got some things coming up. I think you're going to like it. I definitely think you're going to like it, guys. It's just a lot of stuff that's happening. And like I said, I remain positive. I know there's people out there that support me. I know there's people out there that believe in what I do. And I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep on keeping on. And I'm not going to let my family down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. Because I realize that I'm here for a purpose. I was made for this. And when I do these videos and I talk to the camera, it's the best thing that I could do for myself because it's safe. It's safe for me to do. Because if I don't talk to the camera, my mind is talking to me. Sometimes my mind is not telling me good things, you know? Sometimes the mind tell you a bunch of negative stuff to try to make you doubt, you know? And I know that's what happens sometimes with you. Your mind is telling you, go to sleep. You don't need to do that no more. Man, forget it. You got to know how to ignore the thoughts, ignore the negativity, stay on the grind, keep working, keep showing up. Yeah. So we're going to get up on out of here, guys. Again, shout out to everybody that supported the show. Everybody that hit the like button. Shout out to everybody that may have hit the Cash App. Appreciate all of those that contribute. All your contributions and support goes back into what I do here. There's so much that we're working on. I can't wait to start it up. It's just that it takes time because I'm doing everything under pressure. But it's going to all come to pass accordingly. And when it does, that's the beautiful part. That's the part that is going to make you guys proud because, man, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even be here. That's the crazy part right there. That's why I'm grateful. That's why even if things ain't where I want it to be, I still got to be grateful because of the fact that I made it this far, because of the support of the people that have been rocking with the platform. You guys been there during the pandemic, after the pandemic, when I lost my job, when I lost everything, you guys been there. So I got to be grateful for that. That's why I keep saying when you go through things, you got to find something to be grateful about because you never know who's watching. You never know who's who. You don't know. You don't know who's watching your video. They end up supporting you, change your whole life, man, in a second. Put you right back where you need to be. night because they looking at you and they like, damn, bro man is grateful, bro man is positive, he's doing what he got to do. They appreciate your story, you know. And that's how I look at things. You just got to be positive, but you also got to work towards what you're doing. It's like this. I still got to work towards the goals. I still got to put in the pain. Support is needed, yeah, but I don't want to be that person that is just like looking for support and I'm not working towards what I need to do. I figure this: if the people see me working and they see me grinding, they see me doing what I'm supposed to do, that's what's gonna make people support the work, support what I got going on. But if I'm just here talking about, oh, woe is me, oh, I'm down, I'm miserable, but you don't see me putting out content, you don't see me grinding, you don't see me trying to make effort, that's gonna make you have a bad taste in your mouth, because you're gonna be like, you know what? This dude is just giving me a sob story. I don't see him making videos. I don't see him working. I don't see him adding no quality content, no value. He ain't doing nothing. Or he's sitting there is just with a sob story. I don't want to be that sob story guy. Nope. And even though I'm saying this, some people would still say, you having a sob story moment. It's not that. I'm just being real. I'm just being vulnerable. Talking about real life issues, you know? Because, you know, people laugh at stuff like this. They think everything is funny until you're going through it. If you don't have a family, you don't know what I'm dealing with, because you don't have a family. You don't have those responsibilities, especially coming from where I came from. I wasn't raised in this. I was chosen. I wasn't even raised to do none of this. I was just chosen to be in it. And so what's so crazy is I see the future. The future look good. I see the future. And it looks good. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. We're gonna do what we need to do. I'm going to get some more videos uploaded later on. And that's about it, man. So to the creators out there that are exploiting Jesse's passing, shame on you for exploiting that man's death. You know what I mean? Let that man rest. Stop using him to push your agenda, and do your own thing. Stop using people's death to make content. Stop it. I don't got that man's name in my title. It's for a reason, because I'm not here to use his name to get clicks and views. I'm here to speak a story and speak truth to resonate with the people. But I will speak against those evildoers that are exploiting his name for money and clicks, acting like they supported him when they never voted for him, they never praised him before, they never talked about his work, they never did nothing for that man. But now all of a sudden, it's RIP. Too many fake content creators, guys. But hey, if you learned something from the video, guys, come into the comment section. You're in the live chat, but I need you to engage in the comments. If there's anything that you need to do to support the work and the platform, come into the comments, post comments. Let the world know what this video did for you. Was it good? Was it bad? What did you learn? What section of the video helped you? Let the world know. You got to engage in the comments. That is what tells social media and the algorithm that this video was meaningful for you to view. So you have a blessed day. Shout out to everybody that support the shows, everybody that rock with me. And hey, it's a beautiful day. It's nice and sunny out here, you know, as you can see. It's nice and sunny out here. And as I said, let me come out, get some air, and make a video real fast. It wasn't real fast, but put in some work. Got to go put in some more work right now. So if you're still on the job, whatever the case is, you have a blessed day. Drive safe if you're on the road. I'll catch you guys later. Make sure you check out my uploads that I'll be uploading later. If I go live, then hey, keep that notification bell on to catch the shows. I'm out of here, guys. Y'all take care. Peace.